Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to a new Doctor Who topic video for today. So for this topic video, I'm going to be talking about what if I was the showrunner for Doctor Who. So when I was thinking about doing this video, I thought, you know what, it could be interesting if you lot put in the comments below what you would do if you were showrunner as well. So I thought, talking about if I was the showrunner for Doctor Who, what would I actually do? And to be honest, there's actually 5 categories for what I would actually do. So before I get into the categories, I have changed a little bit of my collection around. I put some of the DVDs here now. Yes, you can see I got some Daleks at the side of me, bobblehead Daleks. We've got Doctor Who: The Complete History box. I haven't got the whole lot, but that's my collection, what we've got at the moment, until I decide to get back to try and track them all down. So anyway, talking about if I was the showrunner for Doctor Who, I would do quite a lot of things. So for category 1, I would actually expand the show. So instead of it being like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I would actually go back to the 25-minute time slot Classic Who has. But then that way, say if you got to do like 14 episodes, you can actually put them into stories. So say you've got parts 1 to 4 of a story, I would actually go back to the old Classic Who format. Instead of having a full episode, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I go back to the 25 minutes, because that way you can have cliffhanger, cliffhanger, cliffhanger. And that's the thing, you really want cliffhanger to try and make viewers stay clicked in with the show. And to be honest with you, I would actually like to go back to the old ways of Classic Who's format, like literally just go back to 25 minutes. And instead of having like 25 minutes per episode, 25 minutes of a story, say The Blood of the Daleks, starring the next Doctor, Ncuti Gatwa. You know, I'd probably make that one like a 4-part story or a 6-part story, you know, a bit like the way Classic Who was. And doing that, I would probably try and get 2 series out per year. Now, Classic Who did this during the Tom Baker run and Hartnell's run and Patrick Troughton's run, where they did got 2 seasons out per year. So where you had the September time slot to the December time slot for one part of a series, and then you got the January time slot up to the February-March time slot, and then have April, May, June and July and August off, and then go back to September where we've got the start of a new series. So I kind of will have it that way, where we've got like a couple, like instead of having a big massive gap per year, you know, 4 or 5 months really of a gap of per season or series. You know, imagine it that way, instead of having to wait a whole year for the next series, or the next 2 or maybe 3 years, the way Chiddle's done it, where he did it for 2018, then he did a special, then 2020, then 2021 he has a special, and then we had to wait from the New Year's Day all the way down to October for series 13, aka Flux. So I'd probably do it a bit like Classic Who. So we've got the January to December time slot, then have a few weeks off for Christmas, and then get back into the season in January to like March time, have April, May, June, July and August off, so 4 or 5 months. Then in the September, just get back to a whole new series, you know. I know it means a load of film shooting and stuff, but Classic Who did it, and so could we. And doing this, you know, instead of having 45 minutes of very long episodes, you know, you could actually cut down the episode time slot. So you got 25 minutes for, say, like a 6-parter. You got 6 weeks of one story, then you get into the next story, where you got a 4-part, you know, get people really keen in the way Classic Who did. That's the one good thing what I love about Classic Who, the way it's not like a full 45-minute episode. It's literally just like 25 minutes per episode. Even Colin Baker's run was literally 45 minutes, but I don't really think it worked really well for the Colin Baker era. So I will probably go back down to the 25-minute time slot, like seasons 1 to 21 did. And then, of course, 23, 25, 24 and 26, you know, like that way. Go back to the way it was, go back to the 25 minutes time slot. So that's category 1. Category 2, I would probably be more interested in returning villains. So far in Modern Who, we've got the Daleks, Saruman, the Master, Makra came back and they were very disappointing. We had Silurians, we had the Sea Devils recently, we have Ice Warriors, Zygons. I would try and focus on more returning villains, and I've got a massive list of villains I would actually like to make them come back. I mean, literally, there's like 100 villains of Doctor Who I would actually like to see come back. So the first one I'd like to bring back is, of course, Omega. Now, Omega was teased quite a bit through Series 6 with these Omega symbol. So I kind of want Omega to return at some point. I would actually like to have him try teaming up with Rassilon to try and get that own back on the Doctor, because the Doctor kicked Rassilon off Gallifrey when he found out that the Gallifrey trapped him inside the convention dial back in Series 9. So he kicked Rassilon off the planet. So I'd actually like to see Omega come out of a world of antimatter and literally bump into Rassilon. Rassilon gives him a new body and new regeneration cycle. Omega then is very grateful, and they both team up to try and defeat the Doctor. That would be a very good finale, two Time Lords working together, because we don't really know what happened. Yes, the Time Lords are dead because of the Master go around killing them and converting their bodies into Cybermen, but what about Rassilon? Rassilon was never on Gallifrey, so I'd be interested to do a kind of like a two-part episode with Rassilon and Omega working together to get revenge on the Doctor. And talking about other Time Lords, I would also bring back the Irani. Now, the Irani was originally played by Kate O'Mara in season 22 and 24. Now, Kate O'Mara has unfortunately passed away, but the Irani is a time lady, so she could easily regenerate. I would actually like to bring her back very interestingly, like, you know what, she's in charge of an entire whole planet. The Doctor arrives there, find out the Irani survived the Time War, and that she's literally enslaved an entire whole planet. And the Doctor's got to try and fix things and defeat the Irani. That'd be very interesting. Then, coming out of the Time Lord subject, I would like to bring back the Black Guardian. Now, the Black Guardian was last seen in the Black Guardian trilogy in Enlightenment, where he was kind of defeated by Tarlo, and he did sworn to get his revenge on the Doctor yet again. And we are literally, what, 39 years away from that episode, and nothing to come back for the Black Guardian. I would really like to return the Black Guardian to really try and get his revenge on the Doctor, because he did swore at the 5th Doctor saying, "I will get my revenge on you, Doctor, when this ain't over." I would really like to see the return of the Black Guardian. And then, of course, talking about other stuff I like to see return, I would actually bring back the Macra, but very interestingly, the way they were used in the Macra Tower, where they've enslaved a whole human colony. Not the mindless beasts at New York, or New Earth, or New Earth, whatever it's called. I would actually make them more interesting. Like, instead of being mindless crabs, I would have them enslave a human colony again, but not just any human colony. A colony basically set in a far future, like far future, away from New Earth, further down the time stream. I would actually try and bring the Macra back somehow. Also bringing back, I would also bring back Paladon. Now, Paladon was used in 2 John Pertwee stories, in The Curse of Paladon and The Monster of Paladon, with the whole Federation going on with Alpha Centauri, Ice Warriors, humans, and the Paladonis. I would actually like to bring them back and see what's happening with them going on. I know Big Finish has brought a box out early this year of the Paladon Tales with Colin Baker and Paul McGann, but I'd be really interested to see Paladon return on screen, and that's the one thing I'd like to do. Also, talking about other stuff I like to return, there's quite a lot of monsters and stuff I would like to see return. I mean, I'm happy we got the Sea Devils back. I would like to see them return it in another story, hopefully a better story. For me, to rank the Sea Devils stories, it'd probably go the Sea Devils, then Legend of the Sea Devils, and then Warriors of the Deep. I really did enjoy Legend of the Sea Devils more than Warriors of the Deep. Now, talking about the next category, category 3, how would I pick the next Doctor? Now, the next Doctor, I would have to say, I want somebody who can get the role really, really well. I want somebody who can have so many of the Doctor's mannerisms. I would like to see elements of different Doctors in him. I mean, if I was going to cast somebody, I would probably cast somebody who knows how to be the Doctor. I would like to see a bit of John Pertwee's Doctor in him. I'd like to see a bit of Tom Baker, or, you know, Peter Capaldi's Doctors. I would like to see certain aspects of the Doctor inside their Doctors. I mean, for Jodie's Doctor, I see very much of 10 and 11 in her. I don't really see much of the other Doctors. Really more like 10 and 11. I would like to see other elements of the Doctor. Companions, I would probably bring in alien companions. Get rid of the whole modern day human-y companions. Since 2005, we've had a load of modern day companions like Rose, Martha, Donna, Amy, Rory, Clara at some point, even though you can say she jumped to the Doctor's trying to had so many. Bill, modern, and Ryan, Yaz, and Graham, and of course Dan, modern companions. I will try and bring back more alien companions in my era. I will make stop people like Leela, make a Savage in the TARDIS yet again, or make a whole new robot for the Doctor to travel with. I would just have something else that's not human-like. I would actually have a proper alien-like creature in the TARDIS. Now, the Doctor's always travelled with humans and aliens that look humans, but I would probably have a whole new alien design for a companion, which I think would be really interesting. Or even a companion from the past, say a companion from the 1800th century or something like that. Just like mix it up, you know, get somebody from the past on Earth, or a whole alien to travel with the Doctor, you know, humanoid. Well, it's got to be. Category 4. I have said I did 5 categories. Category 4, I would get classic writers back. Now, when I say classic writers, I mean the writers that actually wrote for classic Doctor Who, because some of them are still alive, like Philip Martin, who wrote all the Seal stuff, like Adventures on Varos, Mission to Maglos, and of course Mind Warp. I would like to bring him back. I would literally bring back Eric Saywood and make him write a couple of Doctor Who stories, or Mark Gatiss, get Mark Gatiss back and write a few episodes. He wrote some good ones. Or I'll probably go and get, you know, people from Classic Who to come and write stories as well, you know. Get classic writers and writers back, you know. Just some that really know how to use the show to themselves, like how to make the story so interesting. I would like to bring in new writers, not new writers. I would like to bring in classic writers that writ for Classic Who, and possibly some for Modern Who. Even though I write a few scripts myself, because I like to write a few scripts, and I've got a few written somewhere in here. I've written down quite like 3 or 4 scripts at the moment when I get bored, but I then just normally keep them in a folder, and I've just got to find that folder. And then category 5, I would like to be very interesting as a showrunner. I want people to get into Doctor Who. I would like to go back to the elements of Classic Who, you know, do a few historian episodes, do a few alien, do a lot more alien planets sort of episodes, because in Modern Who we haven't had that many alien planets in Modern Who. It's always on Earth. I mean, in the Eccleston run, it's all around Earth. In the Tennant run, round about Earth, you know, just a few planets like New Earth and stuff, and Bazulium, but we don't really see that adventure. Then, of course, in the Matt Smith era, we have a few adventures on Earth, and really, it's all like round about Earth time. Yeah, all around about Earth. And even with Capaldi, there's like some alien planets in there, but not many. I would like to bring the Doctor leave Earth every while, like go to an alien planet. I would just like to do that instead of having Earthbound stories. I like to try and bring back the elements of the 60s and late 70s and even the 80s, you know, just go to alien planets and let the Doctor go and interfere in those. So that is the 5 categories I would do as a showrunner for Doctor Who. What would you do as a showrunner? What would you be interested to do? Let me know in the comments. Please do like, subscribe, and share. And join me for more awesome Doctor Who content. Have a great day.